test. Oh, we have video. Has some flickering going on. Now the flickering stopped. Okay, so what the fuck am I doing? I'm doing this because I have a school assignment. I am aiming to do a full stack developer program, and I just want to lock in, and so I'm forcing myself to lock in and speak aloud as well. I learned early on that a very useful tool to have when you're programming is to have a small rubber duck on top of your screen that you actually talk to, and you say the problem out loud. That sometimes that's really useful when you're stuck. You just talk to the duck. So today you're my duck. Goodness. So I practiced a little bit yesterday with a chatbot to try to get some ideas on how to structure this. What I don't like about Unity is that it kind of breaks the point of object-oriented programming, in my opinion. In my opinion, an object is supposed to be an intact object. And Unity sort of, or perhaps all endeavors in app creation breaks that endeavor in some way. Although this is philosophical and it's not that deep perhaps, and my knowledge of programming isn't that deep either. So let's just get started. I believe I need a canvas. I believe I need an empty deck. I believe I need a card. I believe, so this is my canvas. Table, call it like that. Deck, card, make a dealer, why not? We have one thing responsible for dealing. I don't like the way this is structured. Oops. I'm gonna make an empty object here just to have some kind of divider between stuff. Perhaps I can plop those inside there. Yeah. Let's see. Are we live? Yes, we are. Dear God. Okay, so we need a folder called scripts. We need some scripts. Let's start with anything. So just the card. So it seems to me that what to do is you make a scriptable object which then becomes an asset that you can attach images to and stuff like that. I don't really like this because I want to attach my stuff on the fly. Yeah, so I'm gonna attempt to avoid using scriptable objects. Either way, you run into complexity, I think. And I'm hoping they're the same level of complexity because I prefer the other way. So I'm gonna try to use just prefabs and then attach images on the fly. Yeah, although then we might run into problems. There's the issue with attaching stuff during runtime. It's not a huge issue. There's something called a resource folder, I remember. So you can do it like that, although that seems silly to me. I think you should just have access to your folders. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna do it the way I think it should be done, and then get surprised. That I have to do it some other way, and this way I will learn how it works. So you just do what you think you should do. Try to figure out stuff, and then just move forward like that. So I'm gonna try doing what I think I should do, and then get self-corrected. I do see the point in making scriptable objects, especially for design, from the design perspective. Man, this is more discussion than a programming session. But I see the point with having scriptable objects because it's very designer friendly. So a designer doesn't need to touch the code. He can just, he or she or it or they can go into the code and just change the template. They can add new cards, and but in poker the cards are fixed. You're not supposed to be adding lots of cards. It's just a deck of cards, and that's very object-like to me. The objects are fixed. They should be self-contained. They shouldn't be up for debate, let's say. Other than the size of them, I don't think it should be up. Anything should be up for debate. Although, nah. All right, let's make a script. Create we're scripting mono behavior scripts card. Easy. This is gonna represent our singular card. Oh, this is where we're gonna run into troubles because I don't really know all the commands. So we can do serializable. I don't think we need to do that. Let's just do it as simple as possible and then change later. Over architecturing is going to be a thing for me because I don't really know where the limits are or where it's appropriate to make some architecture or not. So I'm just, I think the best way is start simple. Yeah. So what do we need? We need first of all we need enums. So I'm gonna make a script for enums because that's what I want. You know, we're gonna make an empty C# script. Enums for rank and suit. Let's call it rank suit enums or enums rank suit. I don't know, because that way you can sort of organize it first by what it is and then what kind of enum it is. Yeah. Let's make some enums. I don't really remember the syntax for this, but I'm assuming it's just enum rank 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, king, queen, jack, queen, king, ace. Now, ace is a little bit tricky. And then let's do, I think we can do this. Yeah. What if I remove this? 2 is 0. So 2 is 2. Now 2 is 2. Ace is 14. And then we get a convert ace to, but we're probably not going to make any game logic today. Any actual game logic. We're just going to try to make a card be dealt onto a canvas thing. Rank suit. We have, I don't know the order of them, but clubs, heart, spades, diamonds. Now, I don't know if you need to have some kind of a public suit, public suit. Field type suit is less accessible than field card suit. Well, whatever. We need to be able to change it. So, okay. So then let's do it like this. Make card public card, make card. That's a little bit weird. You have a make card function. Need to have set card or something like that. Set card, and then suit, rank. Boom, boom. This point suit, click my suit. This dot rank equals rank. What's the issue here? Running into errors here. So I don't understand why this has to be public, because it's a global variable in the namespace level. But okay, I can Google this, and the fastest way to Google stuff is using a chatbot actually. This is just going to be to find out. I'm not going to use it to help me code. I'm just going to want to figure out why it matters that enum is public in a global namespace. Let's see if we can frame the question correctly. That's a trick too. I haven't really. Okay, so let's go grok. Let's go for grok. Sign in. So so why does enums in the global level in C#? I had to set it to public. Why? That's the question. Okay, so now it says this does not compile, but it does. It does compile. So what's the point of having a private enum? It's not allowed? Oh, really? So then what is the default? What's the default access? This is allowed. So then what is the default access modifier? Is it internal? Yeah, internal. So internal means So, okay, so it's telling me that it's supposed to work, if I'm reading it correctly, but it really doesn't it really doesn't work. So let's see here. So this is yeah. So this is like I'm thinking way too much about this shit. So and it's good to think about, but right now it's not. It really isn't. Because you can spend hours and hours and hours delving into the minutia of this, and you really only need to do it like once every 2 years or something, then it will stick, but you gotta really rehash it. I used to know all this stuff before. I could really tell you the nuances of fucking all kinds of stuff, but it was a while ago, and it really annoys me. I really want to find out it. Fuck. Let's see. Someone's gotta have asked. Oh, we have someone making a card game with a. Actually, let's try this internal, because in theory, like in theory, internal should work, because I'm not gonna use an external thing unless Unity kind of works like an external thing. So I'm just gonna try this. I'm gonna try the internal modifier. Find me information about using the internal access modifier in Unity. Yeah. Hey, hold on. So let's do it like this then. Let's just do the constructor. How do we make the constructor? I forget. So let's Google this. C# constructor. Okay. Public card. Boom. It just doesn't work. You need to have enums as well, I guess I can. you can do some. No. Internal enums aren't that useful, are they? Yeah, they're not useful. So I'm going against my own advice, you know. But I just wanted to read a little bit about the internal thing. Now we're done with that. Although I do find it a little bit weird that the enum isn't with a capital E. I don't know why I imagine it should be a capital E. Okay, constructor finished, very easy, very nice. I don't want nothing serializable. I want I want a card name. So here's another thought I have. If I have card name as private and I only okay, so I'm gonna write out my thinking here. If I set the card name as private, I don't think I have to change the access the getters and setters to only get, because nothing should be able to access it anyway. So this is how you're supposed to use a chatbot if you're learning stuff with a chatbot. Yeah, it's might be better to just use Stack Overflow, but if you make card name private and then external can't change it, you can still keep the getter. You can remove the setter. Yes, I know this. But you should still have the getter, even if the getter it's basically saying the same thing I'm thinking, so I don't know why it's saying stuff. So this is what I mean. Let's see what it says about this. I think this is pointless. Really? So let's do card name lika med suit to string. Yes, I can. Maybe I can't do this. String name like this. Yes, I can. This is not causing an error, so I don't know if Grok is tripping or... Okay, message limit, whatever. So then it should be possible to just do card card new card spades rank dot to like this. String. Oh yeah, I don't want this. This is not. So no. Put the opposite. Rank of sweet. I wonder what happens if I set serializable here, but it's only a getter. What? How do I set something to serializable? Ah, serialized field. Oh man. Hello? Oh, because it's public? Right. I think it automatically serializes it. If I do this. Valid or redundant. Why? I don't understand what's going on. This is because I have a only a getter. Yes. So that was the thing. Yeah, this is what I was trying to figure out. So you can't really serialize just a getter. I thought it really didn't make any sense either. But But it would be kind of nice to be able to display the name of something in the hierarchy without giving the right to change it. Maybe it's a non-issue. I don't know. View class information without serializing in Unity. Maybe it does this by default, but see private variables without using the serialized field. Let's see what it says here. Public, I'm private. To debug. Oh, so I can do this with a little switch somewhere. It's okay. So it's supposed to be possible. You can use debug mode. Very cool. All right. That makes me a little bit happy. It's an emotional journey. I just saw a video about how learning programming is an emotional journey. And it's very true. Because when you run into an issue, it can make you feel that life is over and the universe is about to end. You can see this clearly, that there is no escape from this problem, from this coding problem. All right. So now we've had some fun with this. Yes. Now we want something to actually make a deck of cards. So let's have the deck itself make the deck of cards. I'm gonna worry about the pictures a little bit after we after deck. Okay, so I don't need the start things. I need public list of cards. Deck of cards. What do you mean? All right. Actually, we do want the start and awake methods. Let's see. What are they? Void start. So when we click start, we want to create the deck of cards. Nice. The format command works. That's in the muscle memory. When you press mark everything, Control K, Control F. So let's say this is like this is like this, and this is like this, and they're like, what the heck? Control K, Control F just fixes everything. Control F for fix. Yes. Yes. Now we're gonna learn the syntax to iterate. So we can do 2 for loops, one based on the suit, one based on the rank, the suit on the outer, the rank on the inner, and then we iterate through them. We make new cards, add them to the list. Something like that. Let's see how it works. So we do 4, and then length is gonna be the length of suit. So suit.length, that doesn't work. Suit, do we have any sort of access modifiers? Nope. So maybe we have a enum kind of function. Enum get names dot something. I don't know what this returns. Shit. Get the length of an enum. Okay, so I'm gonna Google that. Get length of enum. C#. Oh. Where does this information come from? I want to get to the source. Enum get names. Okay, so this is supposed to be the way to do it. But I'm not really happy with this. Let me tell you why. Because it's brown. Oh, yeah. J. Call this one J. Okay. J. All right. I'm not happy with this because I think Visual Studio should give me this information. I don't think I should have to go outside to get this kind of thing. And I don't. All right, great. So press Alt O, get documentation. Can we just do this? But the thing is it obvious that I can use enum, get names, get the length of it? It kind of implies it because it's a plurality thing. Get the names. Get all the names. It doesn't really autocomplete either. Alt enter fix. I don't want to use Copilot. And I'm not using any add-ons. I could be using some add-ons to make this work better. So type enum type. So we just get type of rank. Dots. Thanks. I think this makes sense actually. I do. All right. No. How do we get the first element of it? It returns a string array. All right, so that's fine then. We just do deck of cards, add new card. Hold on. Wait. So we do. Can we just do bar like this? So we do this. Now we have the arrays, and then we can just do what is the order here? We do rank.j, and then suit.I, and then we should be happy. Opponent card cannot be instantiated directly. Why not? Not convert string to rank to Can we cast it? Can we cast? Can we cast it? No. Enum dot parse. Might be parse. Oh yeah, we have a toEnum function that someone made, and they're using parse. So let's do this, because we need to get a type, and to get a type we need to convert. What's the lingo here? To convert an enum, no, to be able to use an enum as a the type, the enum type at runtime, we need to convert it. No, we need to explicitly make it into a type, because types don't really exist during runtime. That's the simple explanation, or total explanation, I don't know. Yeah. So let's do it. We need a type of rank and the string piece. Enum parse new card, boom. Jesus. Cannot convert from object to rank. So let's ooh, this looks kind of crazy, but I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. So let's do the same for this. So I think this looks kind of wild. It looks kind of nutty, but it works. So a better way to do this would be to do rank temp rank equals to this, I think, and then rank, because we gotta be able to read this, you know. Temp suit. Yes. Why are we tripping? This needs to be suit. Oops. This needs to be suit, and this needs to be rank. Rank. Alright, that's fine. Suit. And rank and suit, and then we just do temp rank. Suit. like so. Okay. Wow. We made some code. We made some code today. Did we do it without AI? Well, kind of. Yesterday I did have some practice with the AI just to get started on the structure, but we went into pathways that I didn't really want to go down. So today this is the final exam. This is the exam. Very well. Enum get names, very nice. So we can do enum get names, we get a type because it requires a type, and we can get the list of it. Can we simplify this so it's easier to read? Let's just have a quick look at this. We have an array of the rank, we have an array of all the suits. Yeah, we could even write out type here, but I think that's too much. This isn't like 5 levels deep, this is just 2 levels. You have the function and then a function within a function, and this is good, I think. This is the same sort of depth. This is the same kind of depth. So we have a depth of 2. This is pushing the limits. This is the same type of level 2 depth. I don't know how people think about these things, but this would be a level 2 function call, I would say, with an encapsulation, because this returns an object, which is kind of silly, I think. I'm curious why enum.parse doesn't return an enum instead of a object. I think that's kind of curious. Oh, maybe it does if you do it like this. Let's try that one instead. Let's try that one. What was it? Whoops. Enum parse is called. I forget. Enum parse rank, and then the string name. And the string name, and then we don't have to encapsulate. Turn a rank to. Oh yeah, it does work. So this looks way better. Yeah, I thought it was a little bit strange. Thought it was strange. So it does return an enum. It's just it has the capability to return an object too, which I guess can be useful. I'm not sure. This returns a pure object. Well, I guess I guess I have never built a system where you just have a list of objects that are really truly other kinds of objects and types. I've never done that. So I guess that would be the use case, something like that. Okay, so we've been able to simplify this quite a bit. Let's see if the get names has some other kind of overload as well. So if you press Control, Shift, and Space, you get the all the possible overloads. So you cannot get the object one by doing this. You need to write enum.parse and then do it inside here, and it will show you the other thing. So it only shows you the overloads in one way. So okay, now I made this a little bit simpler to read. Yeah. So now we got to figure out, does this actually create anything, and how do I see that, and stuff like that. So I want to attach my deck thing. I really don't need to have a card object right now. I just want the deck of cards. Let's see what we get there. Boom. We get a list of 52 objects. And it says none card. Let's see. So I am breaking something. I'm not allowed to do what I'm doing. Your script can inherit from scriptable object. So it's kind of forcing me to use scriptable object. Interesting. So all right, fair. So what if I just change this to a scriptable object? What? Boom. Now it makes an individual card. Yeah. It does make an individual card. But I can't see any information on what it is. Card must be instantiated using the scriptable object create instance method instead of new card. Okay. So it's already sort of breaking the normal way of writing C#. To my mind, normal way anyway. So let's see if we can figure this out by doing what it says. Scriptable object create instance. Can we add that to the list. Can we add those to the list? I'm not sure. Let's see what the overloads are. Type card. I guess we do type of card. Type of card. And what is returned? A scriptable object. But how do we get the constructor? How do we get the constructor of it? Let's roll back the tape here. It complained that I didn't have scriptable objects. I made the script into a scriptable object, and then it wants me to do a create instance method instead of new card. So let's look up this function. I need to access the values instead of the constructor. So that's weird. Let's see if we can do this. Nope. I don't want a list of scriptable objects, but it's kind of forcing me to do that. Yeah. So what happens if I run it now? Now I'm actually making a card as I normally do, but I have a list of scriptable objects. It should, I think this should work. Yeah, but it wants to instantiate the cards with create instance. Right? That's what it says. I hope it's telling the truth. So let's make a that if it stops complaining. Yes, it does stop complaining. All right. So it seems that we can grab the. Oh, I'm clicking too much. I think I need to make the student rank public. or make a function called setCard. Something like that. Set card or make card. Set card. Right. We do a set card. Wait, let's see. Card, temp card equals. Let's see if we can do this. Add temp card. So temp card dot set card. This is, I'm not sure this is the way to do it, but this is what Unity is kind of forcing me to do it this way. Yeah. Let's see what it says now. Okay, let's run it. It's fine. Let's see if we can debug view or something. Debug view inspector. Inspector mode debug. In the inspector mode, select the more menu, select debug. Select the more menu. Select debug. Okay. Yeah. I can go into it. Cannot back out of this. I need to go back here. Back to deck and read card. It would be nice if the card was actually named differently here. Maybe it's possible to actually name it before we cast it into a card and add it to the list. Let's go back to a list of cards first. See what happens. Yeah, that's fine. Yes, we can change the name. So let's see what we can do with it. Rank of root. Well, non-invocable member object name can name. Set 30 now. Change name of a scriptable object. Maybe we do it when we create the instance. I'm going to grok. That's good. Let's do Claude. We just set the name property directly on the instance. Well, I thought I was trying to do that. Oh, it did work. Man, why didn't it work when I was doing this. Oh, I know. Whoops. Okay. So let's see. Yes. It works. 2 of clubs, 2 of clubs. Suit rank. I want to change the order. This by rank before suit. Yep. But at least Unity isn't complaining now. That's nice. $52 cards. It's very likely all of the cards. Let's find out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jack, Queen, King, Ace. This looks accurate. No. No, no, no. Let's make a permanent asset. With the deck. Let's try to do that. So we're gonna make our first tool ever. Well, tools. It's gonna be plural. Create. Empty C# script. Deck maker generator. Deck generator. Okay, so no botting today. How the frick? I really don't have a clue. Let's close this out so I don't spam Windows. I'm a Windows spammer. I need to create I'm gonna call it something. I'm gonna call it a blueprint, actually. So this is gonna be my deck blueprint. All right. And within it, we're gonna have a script called deck blueprint. Deck. Actually, database. Let's call it the deck database. Deck database. Yeah. And within this, we're just gonna hold a list. List public list of large called deck database list. Like so. Deck database. I wonder if this is possible. I know I can make assets. I can put them in a folder. And then I can add those assets which are in a folder into a list. But I wonder if I can skip creating the assets and just put them in a list and save the list. Yeah, that's what I want to try to do. Okay. Unity create assets. Oof. The wording here. The wording. Okay, so maybe we don't need to do much here. We can just try to do this. When we're done with all of this, we get component deck database and deck data list. Add range, deck of cards, yes. So, and then we need to do it like a set dirty. What was it? We don't need to if dirty or something. If dirty, set dirty. Asset database. Set dirty. Asset dirty. Read. What else can we do? Object. Deck database. Guess component. Deck database. Deck database. Now I'm not sure this is gonna work. Let's find out. First of all, we want to clear the database. Want to clear it. Clear. Deck database dot deck database list dot remove all. Clear. There is a clear function. Nice. All right. Does this work? Nope. The deck populates. That's good. Maybe on start. Something. I mean, the list should be there. It is there. So I don't know. It's complaining about something. Let's figure out what it is. This one. Oh. So, alright, so if deck database dot deck database count greater than 0, then do this. Alright. How about now? No? Okay, so forget about that then. Forget about it. What is it saying? Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Can't it just give the list? I'm a little bit lost now. Is it complaining about the deck of cards or the database that I'm trying to create? So how about this? We just add, just like we're adding cards there. Let's try to add it here. So we do this. Like so. To my mind, we're doing nothing different here. Public list of cards. Public list of cards. This should work. We're just adding cards to two lists here. Doesn't work. Why? we grabbing the wrong deck database? Probably, right? And I do wish we just run code in here, then just mouse over stuff here, and it doesn't really work that. I don't even know what to ask. A chatbot could help me get the answer quickly, but I don't know. So get components should work. I mean, should work because I only have one component called deck database. Let's rename this deck blueprint. This is such a generic error message that it's like, yeah, what do I do with this? It's so generic. So, all right, I'm gonna try something. Let's do this. And plop it in here. Call it. Comment out this. So now I'm running the same code as I'm running in the deck object. So it should add elements there. Yes, it does. So it's something. What? So it's something about grabbing the object that doesn't really work. How do I access a list in another game object? You just need to use get component on it. That's I'm just trying to figure out the super basic thing here, which seems I could move on, but this is too basic to ignore. This is like, yeah, this object with its script needs to be able to access this. Yeah. So what if we just comment out this stuff and include an on start an on start thing. Is it because it's a mono behavior? Oops. Wearing. Oh no, it doesn't work, so I can't. Alright, good. It doesn't work. That's good. Let's just fucking try it again. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. This. Okay, so let's do new list cards and then do add temp card if this is required. Now we definitely have a object there. However, the object we create might not be referenced by this entry now, since it doesn't work. Let's see what happens. Oh, interesting. Line 41. This has to be a common issue. This has to be a super normal common issue. What if I do this? Now we have some stuff in there. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Okay, I'm gonna do a chatbot thing because I'm not figuring this out. Okay, so maybe I'm using get component in the incorrect way. So I'm trying to do this. Oh shit. Get component only works on the same object. So let's see if this is clearly stated in the thing here. Yeah, it kind of says it right here. How shameful. How shameful. I'm ashamed. Alright. You need a reference to the game object. I don't want this. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to make something. Trying to make an asset. Oh yeah, we have a lecture. Alright. Here. Assets database. So let's see, assets database. Makes a file. Hmm. Okay, asset bundle set 30. What was it? Assets, not asset bundle. Asset database, perhaps. Set 30. Save asset if 30. This. Let's try that. Oh, this doesn't work. This is too advanced for me. I'm not figuring this out. Let's have a look at the previous attempts here. So in this one I have had heavily used assistance from the AI chatbot. Now let's see what it's doing. Asset database. It's using asset database. Yeah. Create asset. Card database. Now, what is a card database? It is it's a script which contains a list. Which is a scriptable object. It's a scriptable object that contains a list. Easy as that, and then you can save it. Alright. Let's close this to not get too many weird ideas here. See if we can do this in 1 minute. 1 minute. Deck database. Scriptable objects. Save. We will remove the script from there. Save. And then we do something over here. Asset database. Oh man, I gotta quit. Yeah, not sure if anyone's watching, but I'll be back in an hour or two.